Why hello there everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today we are touring the island of Moon, an incredible suburban island created by the absolute legend who is ColinCrossing. Since we last visited this island, however, it has changed a lot. It's now fully incorporating the 2.0 and DLC items. If you'd like to check out this island for yourself, as well as the previous tour of this island that we did back in the autumn, check out the video description for the dream address as well as ColinCrossing's Instagram. From the pictures of this island I've seen so far, I know we absolutely won't be disappointed, so let's just get into it. So Colin actually released his winter DA a few days ago, actually on Christmas Day, which I won't lie was a fantastic gift to us all. So as you may be able to tell, I am in fact a few days late to touring this island. It's now the new year, it's now 2022, so a happy new year everyone. If you were able to celebrate this year, I really hope you had a great night, and here's to an amazing 2022. If you have any resolutions or goals that you're setting for this year, I'd love to hear about them in the comments down below. Later in this video, I'll definitely be talking about some of the goals that I'm setting myself this year, but for now, let's talk about the island itself. So I am loving the fact that Colin set his DA to be in the early morning when it's still dark out. It had such a cozy feeling, and for such a suburban kind of city style island, it's surprisingly very cozy. That is a word which throughout the notes I've made for this island, I'm going to be using over and over again. As soon as I stepped off the Resident Services Plaza, I was automatically just astounded. How Colin uses the car and truck items in conjunction with his own paths is just chef's kiss. I feel like a broken record when I say that I literally felt like I was playing a different game while I was touring this island. You'll also notice as we tour this island that especially the player houses, but also some of the villager houses are raised up onto a second level. And I also like how especially the player homes have had their exteriors changed. It actually reminded me a lot of the giant terraced houses that you find in the back streets of London, especially with all the cars on the side of the road. Again, just really amping up that cozy vibe. And again, for such a city core, really just suburban island, I love how much greenery is featured on it. When I first started my own city core, Towncore island, which was very inspired by ColinCrossing, if you've seen any of my speed builds before, you might have heard me call my island a ColinCrossing core island. But anyway, I was really struggling to not make it look entirely like a concrete jungle, and I think that Colin has done such an amazing job at integrating so much nature in amongst the very clearly city landscape that he's created. One of my favourite areas of this island is the wee crescent of houses which Colin retained from the autumn version of his island. He did change the little middle part. I think he added lots of Christmas trees and stuff, which was so cute. Also, the stores that he created were absolutely incredible, especially with the display case items to make like a jewelry store and also like a little flower shop. I thought they were so effective, especially with how those items have got the lights inside them, so it kind of looks like lit up shop windows. In amongst the really city style of this island, I was also really loving the integration of the castle elements. It was really strange. I was getting some almost deja vu feelings while I was touring Moon, and not because we visited it before, but because it was almost like I was feeling like I'd been here in real life. But it was strange. I couldn't put my finger on if it was an actual place that I'd been to. Like, I was kind of getting like Edinburgh vibes from some parts of this island, or if it was just reminding me of kind of generally all the places that I've been throughout my life. Again, with those castle elements scattered throughout the island, I was weirdly being reminded of towns in Italy that I visited while I was there. I don't know, it's a feeling that I've never had while touring an island in Animal Crossing, and it was a really, really nice feeling to have. And I think that Colin did such a fantastic job of also kind of capturing the essence of a city, because while I was touring it, I kept getting lost. It felt like every time I followed one path, it would take me down a giant rabbit hole, only for it to then circle back round to a part which I'd completely missed, and it really just added to the enjoyment and the intrigue of this island. My favourite area by far was a tiny little public park or garden, which was right next to the museum and to the left of resident services. It felt really reminiscent of parks in the city that I live in too, and I think Colin did an amazing job at capturing the kind of feeling of peace in amongst a really busy area like a city like that would be. This island really did feel like an island which just kept on giving. I felt like every time I turned a corner, I just stumbled into something else really amazing. The kind of back area of the island was quite rural, which I love, and that's something which I've tried doing on my own island. And to the complete left side, or rather right side of the island, there was also this carnival which integrated some of the new like plaza items, which I thought was so effective and just really, really creative and cool. So now I've gushed about this island, I thought, as this video is the first one I'm going to be putting out in 2022, I thought it'd be fun to just for a few minutes look back on 2021 and to look forward to the new year ahead. So 2021 for me was a year of some really big ups and some lows as well. But overall, I ended the year maybe in the happiest state I've been in for a really long time, which feels quite weird saying considering everything that's happened. Just to give you the too long didn't read, the lows included getting the dreaded illness. I'm sure you know the one that I'm talking about. I have had a few lasting side effects from that, but nothing too bad. On the flip side of that, I also got double vaccinated, which was great. I had an unexpected need to also find somewhere else to live during the summer of this year. And I took that opportunity to decide to just live by myself, and without being dramatic, I think it's the best decision I've ever made. This, alongside finding a part-time job, which I really love, filled with people who I really love. I've also really enjoyed university this semester, and it has all kind of culminated into me just loving life towards the later half of this year, which is amazing. So in terms of my own goals for 2022, I haven't fully decided what they are yet. Over the last few years, I have really enjoyed making goals for myself. I think it's really important for me, who is quite guided by routine, to have something to work towards. So for kind of the quote-unquote real life goals I've kind of wanted to do this year, the main one is to read more books. I've ordered some new ones which I'm super excited to get into, including the second book in the Raybearer series. I was surprised with how absolutely obsessed I was with the first book, and I can't wait to dive more into that universe, as well as the first book in the Mistborn series by Brandon Sanderson, and the book The Tower of Fools, written by the author of the Witcher series, which I was absolutely obsessed with during 2020 and then going into 2022 when I finished the whole saga. So I'm excited to get into a new series from that author as well. In terms of other goals for YouTube, during 2021, this channel grew to double the size that I'd kind of hoped it would during this year, which was insane. I was over the moon when back in July we hit 1,000 subscribers and we'd already passed the 4,000 hour watch requirement for my channel to be considered for the YouTube partner program, and ever since then it's been incredible to see this hobby of mine turn into something which I can, gradually generate a tiny bit of income from. So with this being said, I'm trying not to put any focus on hitting certain numbers per se, more on the content that I want to be putting out. So if you've watched any video of mine, you would have seen the kind of mini intro video that I put near the start of every single video I make. And more or less since the start of my channel, this video has always said that I make Animal Crossing videos, The Sims, and more. And the definite focus of my content has been on the Animal Crossing side of things. So I want to try and make better on that statement and kind of diversify my content more. Don't worry, Animal Crossing content is not going anywhere, but just for my own enjoyment in terms of making videos as well, I want to make sure that I'm keeping things as fresh as I can. So keep an eye out for some slightly different things. But again, we're not straying too far from the beaten path here. But with that said, guys, we're coming to the end of this island tour. I'd like to thank you guys all for joining me today. Once again, if you'd like to check out this island for yourself, which I definitely recommend, check out the description down below of the dream address as well as ColinCrossing's social media. And one last thing I want to say in this video is that if you've subscribed to this little corner of the internet over the last year, or even just watched one of my videos, thank you so much. Once again, Happy New Year. I hope 2022 is an incredible year for you. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you again soon.